The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Had to take my car in to Melville Mazda for the 1,000 kilometre service, as you did too, Natalie. Yeah, so
Good going.
Yeah.
See Darren there.
Yeah. Greg was there. Have a chat with him.
Yep.
Joel was there. Joel said, "Don't use his last name for this. His name's Joel Elsey."
Oh, Nathan, he is going to kill you.
Well, it's his fault. He did it.
Okay,
So,
tell me why.
in Greg's office, and Joel's sitting there, and he's got his little white work shirt buttoned up.
Joel's the sales manager.
Yes.
Yeah. And just selling cars with
Yep.
his little shirt buttoned up. And then as he moved, I saw something just below the collar, and I was like, Joel Elsey.
Oh, you're doing it.
Yeah. Your car's being towed away right now.
Hey, Joel, I distanced myself from this, Joel.
Nathan, you are looking a gift horse in the mouth right now.
Anyway, so I said, Joel Elsey. Is that a neck tattoo you have? And then Joel goes, oh, yeah. And then straight away, because Joel's a pretty, out there guy, didn't want to talk about it.
He
And I was
didn't?
like,
No, it's
Well,
weird.
that's a bit strange.
tell me, Joel, what is that neck tattoo? And then he goes, no, I'm not showing. And then Greg's going to show him. And he's going, no. I said, under your shirt. So anyway, Joel was refusing. So as I reach over there to start undressing Joel in Melville Mazda.
That's not weird.
Why did you start with his pants? That's the question.
Well, you've got to go look at the tattoo. You have to go all the way up,
Oh,
Sean.
fair
It's a
call,
neck
fair call.
tattoo,
You have to
Nathan.
go all the way up.
Uh,
Anyway, so I've then as I'm unbuttoning his shirt, Joel says to me, Nathan, you've got to remember I grew up in Armadale. And
yeah,
I
he's
was like,
proud of being in Armadale.
I went, yeah,
Is he though? Because he's
Yeah.
hiding it.
yeah. And then he said to me, you've got to understand as well, I went through an Eminem phase.
Right. Who did it?
And he loved the song Lose Yourself.
But it's a great song.
So
One of the
it's a-
all-time classic.
Homage to his love of Lose Yourself and Eminem. He's got One Chance tattooed on his neck. And I'd like to say in a really nice font, but it's one of the worst tattoos I've ever seen in my life.
I mean-
it's so shaky and bad and blotchy, and
Yes.
it looks like it's been done in a prison.
It's
I know-
Armadale all over.
out of a shiv.
We love Armadale.
So you've got Joel's got this done. How long do you reckon it took him before he went, oh, that was a bad idea? I know he's had this for a long time.
Well, I mean, my thing with it is because I went, okay, wait there. I don't even
One
think
chance.
I don't even think like Lose Yourself says one chance, and it doesn't. Like Lose Yourself says one shot, and I
Yeah.
can understand you don't want one shot on your neck because I mean that's just
Sure.
asking for a bullet.
Yes.
And then I thought, and then it finishes off with chance to blow, and I know why you don't want that written on your neck.
Yeah. Sure. But why wouldn't you just lose yourself? Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
Or any of the other lyrics?
Or not get any of it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
but if
okay.
you're committing to an Eminem tattoo,
Yes,
which he
yeah.
obviously did.
Yeah. He says he's got many other tattoos around his body, but he didn't want to go there. So I'm like, what other riddle is on Joel Elsey's body?
Because the neck tattoo is a commitment. I know you're an Eminem fan.
Because
they
everybody
tell
can
you-
see it all the time. Like if you're going to get a tattoo, get it somewhere that's hideable.
But they do tell you a tattoo is a game for people that are a little bit older and wiser, because right at the start of your life,
Yes.
you don't know. It was the year that all the guys found out that there was a place in Kalgoorlie that you could get tattoos, and they didn't check your age. And that was the day that one of my friends got the hot tuna fish. Another one got the Mambo dog with the fart coming out
Yeah.
of the back of it.
Yeah.
Another one got Mad Dog, and he
Oh,
took in
yeah.
a Mad Dog sticker and said, I would like this. And then he's got a Mad Dog sticker on his arm. Where were our parents then? Where was the law then stopping this from happening?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's regret.
I want to talk about the tattoos that you got when you were younger, that you regret, of course, but when people now see them because you haven't gotten rid of them,
Yeah.
people piss themselves laughing.
And not girlfriends' names, because we get that. That's always regrettable.
No, like
That's-
in
yes.
fact, like
We're talking like
Eminem tattoos.
Yeah, tribute to Eminem and that kind of thing.
One shot.
Yeah.
We're going to give somebody $150 to spend at Autobahn Mechanical.
Oh, hello.
That's great. You're a qualified mechanic looking for top rates and a sign-on bonus. Google Autobahn Mechanical today. We'll celebrate your tattoo.
We
We will. All right. Those truly regrettable tattoos that you have, because at the time,
Yeah.
they made perfect sense
Yes.
to where your life was at
Yeah.
and what you loved,
Now
what your
upon
passions
reflection,
were.
it's like,
Do I need that for life? We're going to call this person Katie. Hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, Katie.
You got
All right.
tattoo regret.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, I may have a tattoo I regret.
Yeah.
Back in the 2000s, I don't know if you remember that the Playboy Bunny came back.
The Playboy
and everyone was
Bunny?
getting Playboy...
Yeah.
Yes, everyone was getting Playboy Bunny seat covers. Whatever's and Playboy Bunny, stickers on the back of their car.
Yes.
And I thought it'd be really good to do the next step and get a Playboy Bunny tattoo. Not only Playboy Bunny tattoo, but in red.
Oh.
Controversial.
Yeah,
Where?
Playboy Bunny tattoo.
Where?
Yep.
Where?
No. On my boob.
Don't be stupid. What a stupid
Yeah,
question.
where
I
else
thought
would
you
you
were
put
going
it,
with
Nathan?
I can hide it. I can hide it, but
Yes.
still.
You remember that? And I think that was that, how many years ago was that?
Look, it was about 23 years ago.
About 23
so I was gonna say early
years
2000s.
So
ago.
now it's kind of faded and it's red, but
Yes.
it's still there.
Red's a bit aggressive
Yeah.
for a Playboy. It needs to be pink. I think pink's the strong.
Well,
just
I
the
showed
outline.
those people up. I showed those people up that just got the stickers.
Yeah. No,
I
you did.
showed those
You totally
people
went
up.
next level.
Well, you were committed.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
weren't.
definitely.
Yeah, you know the difference though, Katie. They could take their seat covers off.
Oh, yeah. Probably 23 years ago, those cars are back in the tip now. So, yeah, very much so.
God,
Thanks,
I
Katie.
remember them selling those seat covers
Yeah.
at Super Cheap Auto.
I know exactly. Max is in Caramar. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey,
Max.
Maxie. Okay. What's the tattoo?
All right. It wasn't me. It was my dad. So he was the footy coach for our junior footy team throughout the whole of juniors.
Yep.
Took a mid-season sort of trip to Bali. Got a tattoo of two elephants sort of with their trunks sort of kissing in the middle.
Yes.
Just the heads of the elephants as well, no bodies
Not
or
the
anything
body,
like that.
Yeah.
And then came back to, and this is on his bicep, so very, very visible. When he came back to the footy season, he didn't realise that when he wore the footy T-shirt or any T-shirt, it sort of covered one of the elephants and the trunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
But just the ear was hanging out.
Yes.
And when he was pointing, sort of like doing drills or on the ground or something, it looked like the head of a penis hanging out of the T-shirt. And us boys, 12-year-old boys, were absolutely killing ourselves for the next 3 years. So
You got to think about these things,
You've got
don't
it.
you?
So
If
that's
it's not
another thing
all
to put to the
visible.
list. Do a sleeve test.
Yes, just
See where it ends. See where it meets.
any of this look like the
tight's
head of a
your skin?
penis.
Max, that would be
Max.
funny.
That's so good. Thank you. That's what we're talking about, everybody. Regrettable tattoos.
Yeah.
We don't want
No.
when you got your girlfriend's name tattooed because we know that ends
This
badly.
is back when you were younger
Yeah.
that you went, oh my God, I wish someone had stopped me, because when people see it now, there's too many questions or they won't stop laughing.
$150 to spend at Autobahn Mechanical if you give us a call. Tell us your story.
Ellie, any tattoos on you?
No,
Nothing regrettable.
I have virgin skin.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, you don't have virgin. Bit of a stretch.
Vicky's in Forestfield. Morning, Vic.
Morning.
Hi, Vicky.
Hey, have you got a tattoo that at the time you're like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever, and now with the hindsight of wisdom, it's not so great?
Well, it's not me. It was my sister for her first tattoo probably 15 years ago.
Yeah.
She wanted to go down with my mum and her boyfriend at the time to get her first tattoo. She put a lot of thought into it. Designed it up on Word herself.
There's effort.
Because she wanted to get a particular font, so she went in with the font, and she was getting infinity on her wrist with the symbol underneath.
Yeah.
So she got her tattoo and was really happy with it and showing everyone until someone pointed out that it was missing a letter and it said infinity.
Infinity. Infinity. No.
Infinity with the symbol underneath, yes.
And I'm guessing it's
she
probably
still has it.
in a Comic Sans font.
She still has it, Vicky.
Infinity.
She still has it, yes. So we all joke that she needs to get two beyond on the other wrist to make it even.
Infinity to beyond. That's actually very funny.
That's super cute. Thanks, Vicky.
But then again, those people that will get like a symbol like the infinity symbol and be like, yeah, I'm so connected to it. And then they have some bullcrap reason of why
I know.
it's on their skin. If you remember when the barcodes...
Yeah.
Everyone was getting barcodes, and they were just taking in random barcodes and putting them on the back of the neck. So if you
Yes.
scanned them at Woolies, it'd come out like tampons or
Yes.
something.
Well, Nathan Vardy, who played for West Coast in their premiership,
QR
yeah, the
code.
QR code that linked to the video
Yeah.
of him being involved in that final passage of play that won the game.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's good, isn't it?
Let's go on to Tomo in Joondalup. Hey, Tomo.
Hey, morning, how are you?
Hey,
Tomo.
good, Tomo.
Is this about you being young and getting a tattoo?
Yes, so I've actually got two of them.
Yeah.
So I've got Susan Boyle written on the top of my arm.
Tomo, okay, let's talk about that.
Surely that was a bet that you lost.
So you just love
Surely.
Susan Boyle?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a bet I lost, and it's quite unique. I don't think anyone else has it.
No, I think
wouldn't
you're
have
right
thought so.
there.
I don't even think Susan Boyle would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she doesn't need to. She's her.
What was the bet for? How did you lose the bet, Tomo? What was it?
Oh, just who could get the most random tattoo in the arm, and I think I won that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
lose a bet. He won a bet.
So can I just imagine the Susan Boyle? Is it in a nice script font? Like, talk to me.
Yeah, that nice font just above the arm there.
Just above the arm. All right. So we've got
very
Susan
noticeable.
Boyle.
Looks good when you're trying to strike a conversation with customers and they just bust out laughing because they notice it on the arm.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. What's the other one?
I've got the Tim Tam logo as well, just above it.
The Tim Tam logo.
Just above the Susan. So the Tim Tam
Tams
logo,
and
and then
Susan
underneath
Boyle.
is Susan Boyle.
Yeah, well, the Tim Tam one was actually a cover up because I used to have Tomo on the arm, but if I folded my arm in a certain way, it actually looked like Homo.
Too good.
See, Tomo, I've got Homo on my arm, but when I cross it, it says Tomo. So I had to get it changed.
Oh, Tomo, you've lifted us. Thank you.
Tomo, $150 to spend on Auto Barn Mechanical coming your thanks to Katie, Max and Vicky for their stories as well.
Yes.
You know what? You do not be embarrassed about your ones, though, Tomo.
Susan Boyle. Amazing.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Oh, my God. Thursday nights at my parents' house, my father is so excited for 3 back-to-back episodes of Home and Away, but acts like he doesn't watch it. Your mother watches it, he says, where mum's just sitting there playing a little... You know how mums play those bubble games on their iPads?
Yes, and like Candy Crush and stuff.
It's just like your mum's just forever like playing that bubble game, and dad's like really like into the bay. Says he's not. When I tell him you're the biggest fan I know, he says, well, Danny Green watches it.
Oh, that's his defence.
That's his
So
go-to.
he is admitting then that he watches it.
But only, yes, but mum watches it more apparently, and Danny Green likes it more than him. But I can tell you right now, he knows everything that goes on in Summer Bay and knows this man very well.
8,000 episodes is a lot, isn't it?
That's unbelievable.
This man, pretty much, he's just a stalwart. They can't get rid of him. Ray Marr, a.k.a. Alf Stewart from Home and Away. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning. How are you, Nat?
Good. 8,000 episodes, Ray. That's crazy.
Oh, I feel tired just thinking about it.
Me too.
35 years, Ray. Did I read also that you signed a 5-year contract, like another 5 years?
Oh, a little while ago, yeah. I said that on a Scottish radio or Scottish newspaper interview, just the throwaway line at the end.
Yeah.
And people have picked up on it. Look, you know, whether I last that long or not, who knows? They might find out about me and sack me.
Sooner or later they go, no, I don't think this guy had it.
Yeah.
He's
you know, I've been able to bluff my way through it for 35 years, but, you know, they'll wake up to me soon.
Yeah, sure.
Right now.
When you've been on a show for so long and you are the king of that show, say when you finally decide that it is time to leave, do you get the honour of being able to have any input in the way you leave, like a death or an abduction from aliens?
Or moving to the Gold Coast like everybody does?
Yeah, or the earth swallows you whole. Like
sinkhole.
A sinkhole, like Elf down a sinky.
Look, could you, I don't think I need to worry about this. Could you guys just get in touch with our writing department and put forward any or all of those ideas?
Well, to be honest, I don't think the Bay has had a sinkhole yet.
Do you have a preference?
Look, I think we have had a sort of a sinkhole. I think Georgie Parker and I finished up at the bottom of a sinkhole for a day or two at one stage. Covered in mud and bricks. And...
Sorry, sinkhole's out.
Yep.
But do you want to be able to leave and know there's no coming back? Like Ray's gone through a wood chipper, you know, like Elf's dead, and he's
he's really
currently
dead,
fertilising the lawn.
Now, how many soaps have you seen? It is possible to morph out of that lawn. You know,
Well, little Ray plants.
Yes, and,
yeah, all of that.
Plants.
Yeah.
and
Alfalfa.
didn't Ailsa come back as a ghost in the fridge at one point?
She did.
Yeah.
She did indeed. She came out of the fridge. That was a bit of a shock. You know, I forget who opened the fridge, but there she was.
I know.
Yeah, I thought the milk was off, but it was more.
I
It
know.
must be
Fisher,
funny.
Parkle and Elsa.
It must be hilarious over the journeys we always talk about.
Yes.
I mean, particularly the end of a season where there's always something.
Some
like
disaster. It
explosion
is
or
a
something.
disaster-ridden town.
But
Summer Bay.
it keeps you guessing all the time, Ray. You keep thinking when you're reading the script, I'd imagine, oh,
Yeah.
geez, it's going to be
Yeah,
fun.
it does get pretty dodgy. If I could afford to, I'd move to a safer environment. But you know, I'm stuck there. And I tell you what, tonight it's definitely worth a watch. This wedding between Sophie and Ethan, and it is just fantastic. They had a go at it before. And somebody finished up with a pole through their lung, and somebody else finished up on fire, and God knows what else.
I would think that's an omen.
Yeah, and and that was only the semi-final. This is the final. You know, you've got to see this.
Hey, Ray, in the pecking order, you are the top.
Yes.
You know, like you'd be the number one call-out sort of thing, you know, at home
Has
away.
to.
Do you get privileges attached to your longevity at the show? Like, do you have the best dressing room? Do you get a really great car park? Is there anything that comes along with...
First to the buffet.
Is there anything?
Hey guys, we're talking soap here, not Hollywood movies.
No.
You know, I
think
get to
you'd get a
turn
car
up if
park.
I'm lucky.
No.
I'd demand a car
I would
park.
demand the best car park. And also, like, Ray gets the first...
First pass of the buffet.
Of the buffet.
Look, I think James Warburton might have some sort of say over the best car park.
Okay, yeah,
And-
Channel 7
and-
boss.
And I'm not sure about the buffet because he looks pretty trim and pretty fit. I don't think he's at the top of the buffet line. But having a look at me, I could well have been at the front of the buffet line for some years.
Do you? Here's the thing. We
Yes.
don't know this. I do think there's a buffet there every day.
Yes.
I think there's a table full of sandwiches.
yes, at
There's
least,
some
yes.
fruits. Like Sean, what do you think?
Yeah, I
is
think
there?
tuna triangle sandwiches will be there.
Yeah.
I definitely think grapes and watermelon.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not
I-
sure about anything else.
I think it would be a lot of grab-and-go stuff rather than
Like,
stuff
so
that
you're
you
saying
sit
like
down
chicken
to eat.
Caesar wraps?
Yes.
All right.
What's the reality,
what's
Ray?
the food there on set?
No food, bring your own and hurry up and eat it.
That
because
is
we've got to
not
start shooting
true.
again.
That is bull.
That is
really?
not true,
No,
Ray.
there has to be catering.
Don't you lie to us. Or do you just go to the diner for lunch?
There'd be a lot of deaths in the cast if that was what was happening. But on location, yes,
Yes.
we're very well catered for. It's all very good. But in the studio, you look after yourself.
Okay, but
Yeah, right.
we really wanted to dissect what's available. So is there a buffet?
Or is there a canteen when you're on set?
There's a canteen at the studio.
Yeah.
For
that we
free?
share with numerous other productions.
Do you have to pay? Do you have to
that's
pay?
all fine. Oh yeah. You've got to pay your dues. But on location,
Yes.
where you sort of can't get to the nearest
Yes.
canteen, we are very well looked after.
Okay, so when you're back on set and there is no canteen or buffet, buffet.
Yep.
When you're bringing
Yep.
your own lunch, what do you bring? Like a ham and cheese sandwich? Is that what Elf is eating in between the break?
Yeah, look, Elf's a bit old school. You know, when I was a kid in the bush in outback Queensland,
Yeah.
mustering,
Yes.
and when the mail only came twice a week and the bread truck had come, and the bread would be bloody stale before the next load of bread came, and you cut up your sandwiches to go mustering, just to keep the stale bread moist,
Yeah.
I used to smother a lamb sandwich with Holbrook sauce.
Oh.
You know, that black Worcestershire
Yeah.
sauce
Okay,
to
yeah.
keep the bread moist.
Yes.
And you know what? I still revert to that fairly regularly.
There you go.
Lamb sandwich
Depression
with
food.
Holbrook sauce.
I don't even know what Holbrook sauce is.
Well, it was
like-
No, well,
Worcestershire.
Worcester sauce, black sauce. Yeah, I tell you what, you should have a go. You know, once you go there, you'll never go back.
Oh, you'll never
Absolutely
eat again.
fantastic.
Don't know about that.
The Elf Stewart
Well,
mustering singer.
You won't have to worry about never eating again. You probably won't survive the first sandwich.
Yes, and also it's not a lot of fibre.
Not
You know
a
what
lot
I'm
there,
saying?
Nat, no. hey, Ray, with you growing up in northern Queensland, in the outback, how did you not end up back at the farm? Because I know a
Yes.
lot of country people, they get the pull back because,
Of
you know,
course.
the dad, you have to replace
Go and
him.
take over.
And take over.
because I had elder brothers.
Yep.
And look, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But when I first left school, I wanted to play more rugby. I played a fair bit of that at school.
Yeah, you did.
And so I went to Brisbane and played with a club there. And one year led to the next, and one accident led to the next, and I accidentally auditioned for something and started doing a bit of acting, and then left Queensland to go to Sydney. How much time have you got to this show?
To be honest, we've got the whole day. Keep going.
And look, I know two of you have nodded off. Please, try and stay with me.
I was due for a sleep anyway around this time. That's fine.
35-year career, you can't knock it. You know what you're
it's
doing.
fair effort, mate.
Yeah. You can play the part of Alf very well. We know that, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
Check it out. It's Home and Away, 7 o'clock on Channel 7 tonight. The 8,000th episode. Ray Maher, you're an absolute legend. A living legend. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for your interest.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Now, one thing we know and love here in this country is Chris Hemsworth.
Of course.
Of course we do.
Just
We'll take the lesser
amazing.
Hemsworths as well if they're on offer, but obviously he's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
The pick
He's
of the
a
bunch.
cracker.
Yeah, and one thing that's always confused us a little bit is his friendship with Matt Damon, just because we know that Matt Damon's best friend is Ben Affleck, and we've always wondered what poor, miserable Ben's feeling about this.
Yeah, well, they're off holidaying together and jumping in
Byron
one
May.
another's private jets, etc.
Yeah. So Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have done yet another movie together. It's called Air. They've been doing the press, and they were asking Ben about coming to Australia and why we don't see him here this much. And he says he loves Australia, and then he went on to say Matt's basically, as far as I can tell, an honorary citizen. He's there so much. He's friends with Chris Hemsworth, and I think that shows enormous character of Matt to be friends with a guy so much younger and better looking than him. Which is true.
That's true, for sure.
Because it doesn't mean if you're even in your own right very good looking. Next to Chris Hemsworth, you're a bridge troll.
And you know that Chris has always got his shirt off.
Yeah, so he says...
True.
I was talking about how, it's good in practice being friends with him, but I don't want to sit next to Chris Hemsworth in photographs, so I applaud Matt.
Yes.
And he says that he would love to come along and spend some time with Matt and Chris,
Yes.
but he will not take his shirt off.
It's
nor
too big a
be
risk.
any proximity near him. And think about that, though. Chris Hemsworth, isn't meaning to do it, but is keeping Ben Affleck out of this country.
That's right.
And Ben Affleck doesn't feel like he can come and enjoy the wonders that Australia has to offer. Girt by sea, some would say, girt by sea. He's not going to be able to experience the girt.
He could come over this side because Chris Hemsworth is hardly ever here. Like, it's a big country.
That's true.
It's a big
Last
country.
time he was here was up in Carnarvon at Woolies.
Yeah.
But maybe Chris Hemsworth's hotness is so extreme that it blankets the entire country, and therefore Chris cannot come girt by sea.
We are all in his shadow, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it just brought me to think about other people who have been in this situation. When you have an insanely hot person in your life and it impacts you in a negative way because you're not.
How is it working with us, Shaun?
Well, I get that all the time.
Shaun, has this thing ever happened to you or perhaps a friend of yours with a name that rhymes like yours?
Yes, this has happened to me over the journey. I will say that I probably have a story to take us to Ross's shift. Like, I've got 16, I've got that many. But I'm going to narrow it down to quick two off the top of my head.
Well, do that then.
When I
That would be great.
Anytime you like.
When I first moved out of home, we moved into this joint in Leeming, and it was me, my brother, and another guy, Hayden, to start off with. And Hayden was a guy who I thought he was a good-looking guy. I don't know in my mind whether he's Fabio or not. But anyway,
Did you think you were equivalently hot?
Oh, I would. In my mind, probably probably down a level, but certainly, around the mark. Anyway, we're at the big house.
You were playing AFL football, so that elevates you.
Yeah.
That adds 2 inches.
Yeah.
I was getting a freebie. Anyway, so we're at Metros, and then gets towards my end of the night anyway.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm going to make a move, and this girl comes up to me. She goes, "Are you going home shortly?" And I said, "Yes."
Yeah,
and she goes, "Oh, can I get a lift with you? Can I come back to your house?" And I was like, "Oh,
absolutely,
he's done it again."
Wow, he's amazing. He's amazing.
He is good.
He's amazing.
So anyway, we turn up to my house in Bull Creek, get out of the cab, and she says thanks, and then walks to the door, beats me to the front door, which I thought was odd, and then just walks directly down the hallway to my friend's room.
So you literally.
So that was the first time.
Well, you paid for the cab to her to get to your mate.
Yeah.
So what did you do? You just sat in the
I just went to bed. Cried
On your
a bit.
own.
Do you have another story as well?
Same guy, me and my mate Hayden, we one of our friends went to the Desperate and Dateless balls. He went a couple of times in a row. This one was at Metro's in the city.
Yes.
And we went to pick him up later on in the night. He was and we went inside. He said, come inside. And we went inside and we were standing up in the balcony and I said to Hayden, we've got to get out here in a second. Anyway, this chick she does I'm standing next to Hayden. She's a block of beeline towards me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she just, at the last moment, just veers to the left and goes, you are so beautiful. To my mate Hayden, who's literally next door.
So did she push you slightly out of the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
What
not
the hell? And who out of a
you.
woman says you are beautiful to a man? I've never heard that.
Can I see a photo of Hayden? Because he sounds amazing. And if it can be so bold, can he sit in between us from now on?
I get it.
Yeah. That'd be great. Well,
It does
this
sound
is
great.
even people that you work with, or maybe someone that lives in your building. I've had this super good-looking couple that used to live in my building to the point, and then I would say come out in a suit ready to host a thing, and they would walk past in t-shirt and dirty jeans, and I'd go,
Oh, you can't, yeah.
"You still look better than me."
You couldn't move your neck to watch them
and
walk
I'm
past.
wearing a tuxedo.
When you've got a tie on, you can't move.
We want to know how an insanely hot person has impacted your life, usually in a negative way.
Yeah. Unless you're getting their slops, then it's a very positive way.
Yeah. How's this for a prize? Are you ready? Okay. Someone is going to get an Albany staycation worth over $1,200.
Nice.
Worth over $1,200.
What are you talking
What are you
about?
getting? What are you getting?
You
Sure,
get
you're supposed to
3
be
nights
giving that away
accommodation
now?
at Bankshire Gardens. You get 2 Catch the South tickets, which is a degustation situation with
Lovely.
all wines and stuff. You get 2 Raid the Cellar tickets, which is you're tastings up to 60 wines. You get $150 cash. Unbelievable. You can escape the ordinary and head to Taste Great Southern Festival this May. Tickets at tastegreatsouthern.com.au.
How good.
Right. We just want to know how a very hot person has impacted your life.
Hello, Ruby.
Hi,
So,
Ruby.
everybody, this is Ruby, of course, answers the phones, but she's the star of the early show.
The
with
Harry and
Ruby.
Ruby show.
So, yep, if you're up early, be listening.
Yeah. Has this happened to you, Ruby? Because you're actually very attractive.
So, no, on Hinge, the dating app,
Yes.
you put up your photos. People can reply to them in a
Yes.
prompt comment.
Yeah.
And it's good to have photos of you and friends on there,
To show that you've got friends.
Yeah, totally. Like, you can't just have 5 selfies. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bit, And, this guy replied to one of my photos the other week and said, "Oh, who's your mate on the left?" I'm like, this is actually my profile, but yeah, safe to say we didn't match.
I don't know about you, Ruby. What happened? Yeah.
It's difficult. It's difficult being in the shadow of
I don't know her name, but I'm on the right.
That's me.
Sam's in Belia. Morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Hey, Sam.
Did a hot person impact your life?
Mine's a bit of a double whammy. So I've got a younger sister, and she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Oh.
Whenever we go out, would your mum like a drink too? Constantly getting
Ouch.
out. I show people photos. They're like, "Oh my God, she's stunning. You guys really don't look anything alike."
Sam.
and then
you can't stop.
And then I've also
being a
got
sister.
yeah, it's not nice. And then my mum is a very young mum and is a complete MILF.
Yeah.
In high school, it was engraved in the table I sit at. Sam's mum's a MILF. Constantly get asked if we're sisters. And then to top it all off, she's now dating one of my 36-year-old friends who's the same age as me.
Your
Sam.
mum's amazing.
Well, yeah, maybe to you. No.
Oh, and to your friend, apparently.
Sam.
That is amazing.
Oh, Sam, you're
Can I ask,
surrounded.
you know how you were mistaken as your sister's mother? What's the age difference between you and your sister?
11 years.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
come
not
on, I'm
good.
only
It's not enough.
35.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
good, is
Yeah.
it? You're not a mother.
I'm
tough.
sure you're right too, Sam.
No, yeah, but
Well,
just
I
not
hope
as
so.
good as your sister and your
Yeah, I
mum.
know.
Or your mum, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sam. That's hurtful.
I'm not
that gets
saying,
you.
I'm just here. Put it out there.
Lisa's in Ocean Reef. Hello.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, Lisa.
Has a hot person impacted your life?
It certainly has. So I'm one of 4 children. We all went to the same school. I was at my 20-year school reunion talking to a couple of the guys, and they were like, "Are you the police officer?" And I said, "No, I'm the nurse." And they said, the other one said, "No, that's her sister. She's the hot one."
Oh,
Lisa.
yeah. that really gets
I mean,
you
they
there.
shouldn't say it right in front of you, should they?
No, wait till you
Have
turn
the
your
good
back.
grace to do it when you go to the bar or
My
something.
whole school reunion.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, you're hot adjacent,
Hot
so that's
siblings. Like hot
I know,
siblings.
because when it's a friend
It's
or
so
like a,
mean
you can,
of
or
your
a workmate,
parents.
you can get rid of them. But when it's a sibling, you're stuck with them for the rest of your life, being hotter than
My
you.
brother was considerably hotter than me, and I just always looked at mum and dad like, that's on you. What did you do on the night you created me
And
to make
they're
this?
different.
Don't try that
the
position
muddy end of
again.
the gene
Like,
pool.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's really mean.
Michelle's in Caramar. Hi, Michelle.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, Michelle.
Michelle, we're just sitting over here not being hot. How about you?
So a long time ago, this is my parents and my mum and her best friend Joyce were on a bus one night going into the city.
Yeah.
And there was two hot guys upstairs on the bus, and one of them wanted to go out with Joyce, who was a really good-looking guy.
Yeah.
My mum talked him out of, or talked her out of going out with this guy because my mum didn't want to get stuck with the ugly guy.
Yes.
And it turned out that it was John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
No way.
Really?
Okay,
Michelle.
so which
who's
was
the
the
ugly
ugly
one?
guy? Was John Lennon
say
the
John
ugly
Lennon.
one?
John Lennon was the ugly one.
Yeah.
John
I
Lennon
think
was
so.
the ugly
Lennon.
one.
Yeah, I would think
Yeah,
so.
and
I think
Yes,
so.
yeah.
Joyce never forgave my mum for talking her out of it.
Yes. So Joyce could have hooked up with Paul McCartney and your mum would have been lumbered
could have
with
done.
John Lennon.
Mate, there
Yeah,
you go.
that's the
Another
story,
episode
yeah.
of Joyce's Choices.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's an amazing story, Michelle.
That's great.
Amazing.
God.
So you just never know, do you?
And then you could have been,
Yeah, rich.
rich.
Super rich.
So rich.
Thank you, everybody. Great stories. It's 8:30. Sean, you're going to pick a winner?
Yeah, I am,
And
actually.
today's
Anytime.
winner is getting something amazing.
This is an incredible prize.
Get a
actually.
load of this. An Albany staycation worth over $1,200.
Woohoo!
No joke. Escape the ordinary and head to Taste Great Southern Festival this May. Tickets at tastegreatsouthern.com.au. Going to go back to Sam, who has a younger sister who gets plenty, and her mum is
And her
now going
super
out
hot
with...
mum.
Sam's
one of her
friend,
friends.
36-year-old friend.
And you're stuck in that sandwich.
High five, Sam.
Well done.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.